Good evening and welcome to Martz Hall, the mecca of the Schuylkill League. It is the Schuylkill League championship game. We got a doubleheader for you today, both girls and boys, and a doubleheader broadcast. My name is Mike Raymond. Alongside me, Mike Ventola, and we'll spare all the Mike and Mike jokes at this point, right, Mike?
Yeah, we're going to do the best we can. We're just going to have some fun because it's like anything else, Mike. For these teams, at least, looking here in game number one with North Schuylkill and Jim Thorpe, they got here tonight. In light of everything that's been going on in the world, they got here tonight. Obviously, they took care of business in the semifinal round, getting victories and putting themselves here in position to be playing in front of fans here at Martz Hall. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and especially, too, if you're a big fan of teams that really want to control tempo, really kind of state their claim in each possession. This is the style of basketball that you're going to be very much in tuned here this evening.
And Mike, two teams that are very familiar with one another have met really a lot. I think 6 times recently, and then of course twice already this year, and splitting the series. And we're talking about a win up for one by 2 and a win but for the other by 3. So obviously very evenly matched group of teams here. And, that is the first game on the docket for today. A little bit later on, we'll have the boys' final of Pottsville and Nativity. But for here in the girls' final, there's a lot of potential defensive game right here, Mike. And I think between Jim Thorpe and Northern Schuylkill, we're going to have a really good, hard-fought, close battle. And Mike, one of the players that I wanted to highlight as we open up the broadcast here was Cameron Mengel, and Cameron had a really great game last time out in the semifinals with 31 points, the sophomore guard.
Yes, for Caitlin, she was very strong, and especially too with what she's been able to do this season. And for her coming in, and she's not one of the top scorers on the team, but certainly someone that brings a lot of experience. She is certainly someone that Coach Rich Wetzel looks to lean upon as well too in some pivotal moments. So for Caitlin Himes, one thing I like too that stands out, she likes to distribute the basketball. 44 assists. She is certainly someone that has that team first type mentality, but also too when she does want to get hot on the floor, she can hit some 3-pointers. There can be some downtown buckets left and right. So if you're a fan of the Spartans, you would like to see Caitlin get very much involved, and she is certainly a player that, as Mike kind of teed up here, she is certainly a player that we've got to keep an eye on here tonight.
When we come back, take a look at the Jim Thorpe Olympians. On the other side, you're watching the D11sports.com High School Basketball Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back in a minute.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever. Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community. Do you want to...
Back out here at Martz Hall, the Schuylkill League championship game. We have a doubleheader for you. It's the D11sports.com High School Basketball Games of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. And real quick, St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 100,000 athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. And Mike Raymond here and Mike Ventola. And Mike, we were going to look at the Jim Thorpe Olympians. As at right now, I wanted to highlight one of their junior guards, Skylar Serfos, one of 2,000-point scorers on the year, 16.1 points per game. I think the offense is going to have to go through her.
when you think of the Jim Thorpe Olympians, you've got to think of Skylar and what Skylar Searfoss has been able to do, and not only just leading the team in scoring, but when getting the chance to talk with Coach Goronski yesterday, she said she's a coach's dream. When you hear a coach, Mike, talk about how that a specific player is a coach's dream, to me that's nothing like, you can't expect anything better than that. So, if it really is, it's nice to see. So, and as we take a look here, and the reason why too, and it's a great setup by you, because Skylar, especially with Jim Thorpe, she's going to help control the tempo for the Olympians. And for the Olympians as well too, they really want to limit turnovers. And one thing too that really jumped out for Jim Thorpe on behalf of North Schuylkill is North Schuylkill's aggressive defensively. This semifinal, they've played games where they forced teams to turn the ball over 40-plus times already this season. So North Schuylkill's very aggressive. They're a very good defensive-oriented team. So I really believe here, Mike, that for fans who are excited for both of these games tonight, these young ladies, they're going to get the opportunity to really set the table here at Marks Hall. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Listen, I gotta throw a shout out to Jim Thorpe and those candy cane warm-up pants they got going on out there. I think that's awesome as they're coming towards the center of the court, expecting to have the national anthem in just a few seconds. And if you notice, a lot of noise in the gym as they are allowing up to 250 fans to be allowed in attendance here at Marks Hall, Pottsville Area School District. So that's a little bit special for fans here in this area, with something we really don't see down in the Lehigh Valley because of COVID protocols.
Yeah, I mean, obviously every county operates a little bit different. So for folks here in Pottsville, we get the opportunity to hear, to get to see 250 fans. And it's great for these players too, because they've been to a lot of high school gyms where there haven't been really any fans allowed outside of mom and dad and maybe a sibling or two. So for these players to get the opportunity to have fans, it's going to be a lot of fun. Normally it'd be about 4,000 people here in this gym.
That creates quite an atmosphere.
Exactly. So, but you know what? Some fans better than no fans, Mike.
As we hear the buzzer here, we'll pause to honor America and stand for the national anthem. Again, you're watching the D11Sports.com high school basketball games of the week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine, the Schuylkill League Championship game. First up, the girls, Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill. Let's pause right now for our national anthem. So refreshing to hear the national anthem and the applause by the fans here in attendance. Again, very special that we're able to have fans in attendance here at March Hall tonight. Again, we talked about the storied tradition of this court, Mike, and all the names that have played on it.
We can sit here and list player after player. You want to talk about historic venues. This is probably near the top here, maybe.
For sure.
Not only just here in the region, but in the state of Pennsylvania.
You don't get the name the Mecca without getting a few star players on your hardboard every once in a while, including Kobe Bryant, Billy Owens, and Sam Bowie, just to name a few. So very impressive names coming through here, Pottsville area, as Jim Thorpe being introduced. Let's go through our starting lineups. while we have a few minutes here, Mike.
Take a look at the starting lineups here, Mike. And, for North Schuylkill, we've talked about Caitlin Hines, but Maya Wetzel, Cameron Mengel, Sarah Wagner, and Jocelyn Stitzer, they come out here with the starting 5. So you see 3 traditional guards, 2 forwards. But on the other side for Jim Thorpe, keep an eye on Olivia Smeals, a junior center. She certainly brings some height. And for North Schuylkill, who's going to look to try to drive towards the hoop, could have a tough time with her posting up inside.
2 Smelis sisters in the starting lineup, which I think is kind of cool. And also 2 sisters on the other side. Head coach Rich Wetzel for the North Schuylkill Lady Spartans has his daughter Maya and Maddie, both members of the varsity roster. So that's a little bit more special. And when I talked to Coach Wetzel on the phone, and we talked to him a little bit before the game, a little bit here, it was just so special to be able to honor his players who he's told me he's known since they were in 4th grade. A tight-knit group that also hangs out in the same social circles. It's just a very special time, and you can tell when I was speaking with Coach Wetzel, he got a little bit nostalgic. When you have a team like that, when you have a close-knit team, when you get to this moment, Mike, it's extra special.
I mean, yeah, when you get to this moment, it's like you and I, we're going to sit here, we're going to talk X's and O's, we're going to break things down, but look, these 2 teams know each other, and of course, too, not only with Coach Wetzel, with his players, but obviously, for Coach Koronsky, it's been the complete opposite. Year 1, she's had to deal with COVID protocols.
Yeah.
No, not getting together in the spring, not getting together in the summer, not getting together even going up until, through October, November, but, it's virtual calls and things of that nature, so you're kind of seeing 2 opposite ends of the spectrum, but credit both of these players on both of these teams is that they've been able to rally around one another, and this is why you're seeing the 2 best teams here in the Schuylkill League face off here.
And they've arrived, and as the ball ready to go up, and now underway here from Martz Hall, it is the North Schuylkill Lady Spartans taking control to start, and a layup attempt by Sarah Wagner getting into the lane for the first scoring opportunity. Up off the iron, no good. Jim Thorpe handling it. Coming near side, Skylar Surfoss with the ball. Gets it over to Layla Hurley. Moving it around the perimeter to start. Haley Smelis. Down on the edge, Olivia Smelis. Back out to the point. Still moving the ball around the perimeter, running that offense. Has a turnover interception by number 3, Caitlin Hines. Her 31st steal on the year, but travel is called. Ball going back in the other direction, Mike.
I mean, what you're seeing here already is, nerves a little bit. I mean, I liked how North Schuylkill coming out after the opening tip, taking it towards the glass, but then, as we talked about, Olivia Smeals able to set up a block here too now. The Lady Spartans are able to showcase here a good zone look, and let's see now if Jim Thorpe can penetrate this zone.
Trying to move that ball around to beat that zone. Taking the outside shot attempt is number 21, Skylar Surfoss, for the first 3 points of our championship game. 1,000-point scorer, one of 2 on the Olympians roster. 20.
And we're seeing here early, Mike, they want to get Sarah Wagner involved early, North Schuylkill. By the way, very nice 3-point basket in the previous possession for Jim Thorpe. But Sarah Wagner, you saw coming off the tip, and now here, they wanted to get her to the glass, and now she's come up empty here in a couple of possessions. We'll keep an eye on that if Coach Wetzel may have to adjust.
Well, Wagner trying to get into the paint as the Olympians do right now, getting it back out on the perimeter. Resetting the offense is number 20, Layla Hurley. Gets it back out to Haley Smeals. Leila Sniski at that on the point. Still working to beat that zone. Another 3-point attempt for number 21, Skylar Surfoss. That one up no good. Transition bucket opportunity, and down for Caitlin Hines as the Lady Spartans on the board. Still trying to get it inside there, Mike.
You've seen the press here. This was one thing, too, that Coach Goronsky for Jim Thorpe was hesitant about. One thing that she was fearful of was her team at times struggled with the press. So we'll keep an eye on that as well as this game continues.
Offense running through Surfoss for Jim Thorpe. That shot up attempt, no good. Really pushing the pace here is North Schuylkill. Mishandle, but an open three-point opportunity off the rim, no good, as Cameron Mengel with that opportunity. Offensive rebound, back into the lane, and Mengel up and good.
Look, sometimes you get a couple misses, Mike, and you need someone to come in and pick up the trash, and that's exactly what Cameron Mengel was able to do.
Jim Thorpe resetting here as just under 5 minutes to go in period number 1. Your score 4-3. Right now with North Schuylkill on top. A three-point opportunity for Layla Hurley. Nothing but net there, and they're really working the outside perimeter buckets are the Olympians. Turnover and a fast break opportunity. Nice jab step. Oh, not able to go down for Skylar Surfos. And the ball goes back to North Schuylkill.
Yeah, they're going to get Maddie Hall there on the foul. And we see with the buzzer sound, you get your first substitution here in this game, but right now, gotta like the way Jim Thorpe has been playing here early, even despite it just being a one-possession game. North Schuylkill, they need to just get some of these shots to drop.
Oh, active hands there. Strip. Looks like a jump ball called here. Possession arrow goes to Jim Thorpe as we get some more substitutions in the game. Number 24, Amara Robinson coming in for Jim Thorpe, as well as Mackenzie Ewis, sophomore forward, averaging about 5.5 points a game. And an opportunity now for Jim Thorpe. Looking to trap off the hand of a North Schuylkill player. Possession remains with Jim Thorpe. Serafos taking the ball out on the perimeter, finds Layla Hurley. Across the paint, moving the ball fast, trying to challenge that zone. Hurley with the shot up, no good. And a travel call by Haley Smellis.
And one thing as we get to a timeout here real quickly is that for Jim Thorpe, they're going to be tested to shoot a lot of threes. We've seen that already, but they've been able to hit those threes, and that's why they lead by 2.
And the perimeter ball movement, really trying to create those open shot opportunities, I think has been impressive in the ball movement for Jim Thorpe thus far. And, if this game and the history for this game is any indication, it's going to be a close match all the way up and through the end of this one with about 3 minutes, 49 seconds on the first period clock. What have you been impressed with so far for North Schuylkill? We talk about the perimeter shooting for Jim Thorpe. What have you been impressed with for North Schuylkill?
I think they've been playing some solid defense so far, even though, as we've seen Jim Thorpe able to hit a couple of three-point baskets. But I like them going about the press because Jim Thorpe is now having to really start their offense, having to face that press. So if North Schuylkill, though, can get a little bit more aggressive on defense, I think that'll benefit them. But they've been getting good looks. They're just unable to get those opening shots, and see right then and there comes down to body placement here for Jacqueline Mogish. It's just a simple movement of that shoulder, and that causes the charge, and Jim Thorpe's going to be able to have possession of the basketball.
As we see Layla Hurley taking the ball up court, hand in the lane, turnover, Maya Wetzel trying to make the quick basket, and she'll go to line for 2 shots.
So Layla Hurley there, Mike, she makes a mistake, and she's got to rush back, and she has one of two options. She allows Maya Wetzel to hit the easy layup or commit the foul, and you're sending Wetzel to the line, by the way, who's made 22 free throws coming into today.
A 71% free throw shooter on the year, hits 2, and we are knotted up at 6 points apiece. Still running with that press is North Schuylkill. Jim Thorpe trying to break it, has had some trouble, but they get the ball over half court and set up their offense. trying to get the ball into the lane here, which is not what we've seen so far for Jim Thorpe. Looks like off the foot of an Olympian, but the ball will stay here. I don't know, Mike. If we went to the instant replay monitor, I think Coach Wetzel might have a case there.
I was about to say, look, you get him.
Sometimes you get him, right?
Right, exactly so. But for North Schuylkill, Mike, they're still just coming out into this zone look here. They're pretty much just saying, Jim Thorpe, if you can find the openings. But the
Didn't work
defense
out there.
continues to prevail here for North Schuylkill.
Smellis had a flash into the lane. They tried to get the quick pass, and it looks like we got a fast break opportunity for Olivia Smellis. Looks like the ball on the floor, the foul on the floor, so not a shooting foul at this point.
Yeah, they're going to get Maddie Wetzel.
Inbound opportunity for Jim Thorpe. All knotted at 6 points, 2 minutes 43 seconds to go, period number 1. Skylar Surfos with the ball.
So just with that little arm motion by Wetzel was the reason why you saw the foul. But I tell you, Olivia Smellis was able to still drive towards the hoop.
Shot up no good by Mackenzie Ewis. And that one up and good for Jim Thorpe.
How about that for Sniski and for Jim Thorpe, their first field goal that wasn't a perimeter type shot. Nice block there by Olivia Smellis as Jim Thorpe continues to use her height to their advantage.
An opportunity from the perimeter, Mike, for number 20, Layla Hurley, up no good. And Lady Spartans control the ball.
Look, Layla Hurley's
wide
really
open underneath the
shooter.
basket.
And that's why you're going to see those three-point shots. But here on this end, the Spartans still unable to. They're getting to the hoop, but still just missing some layups. Comes down to placement, coming down to positioning.
Inbound opportunity underneath the basket. Shot up off the iron, no good. Savannah Garlick not able to connect there from short range. Minute 35 to go, period number 1. Jim Thorpe with the possession and the lead. Still working that perimeter, and what an aggressive defensive play by Jacqueline Mogish, the 5'11 senior, headed to Lebanon Valley College next year. And if you look at the Jim Thorpe team, very young, no seniors on the roster at all. And a quick shot up and good as Haley Smellis gets on the board with her first 2 points. And Jim Thorpe takes a 10-6 lead. And a couple steps there as Savannah Garlick.
This is
turns
right
the
now
ball
too,
over.
Mike, if I may, real quick. It's where, some people would say, well, does Coach Wetzel need to call a timeout? No, you're only down by 4. You need to allow your players on the court to figure things out here. So it's a 2-possession game. And because of this press here, even though now the Spartans were able to beat it, but check that the Olympians is still with that defense. Balls getting thrown out. The turnovers are still mounting here for both squads. And a little surprising. You expect teams to have this cleaned up.
And I think what you said there, not wanting to stop the game for Coach Wetzel, the way his defense has been playing has been impressive. As a turnover on the offensive end, fast break opportunity, and Layla Hurley will pull that one out before trying to go to the bucket. Up no good. Rebound attempt. North Schuylkill in control with a 2-on-1. Up and good as Cameron Mengel with her 4th point of today. Again, she was the star in semifinal match, 31 points on the night. And a turnover again with that press. And the ball up and off the rim, no good. Fighting for a rebound underneath. Looks like a jump ball going to be called here. Possession arrow, Jim Thorpe. So just under 10 seconds, a 2-point lead for Jim Thorpe. We'll see what Coach Goronski wants to do here. Maybe a quick shot before the horn sounds to end the first period. Opportunity here as Surfos pushes the ball forward. An opportunity in the lane, looking for a foul. Refs saying no foul there. 1.4 on the clock as the ball going out of bounds, Mike. Shot up no good, and the first quarter will end with a 10-8 lead for Jim Thorpe. You're watching the D11Sports.com High School Basketball Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back in a second.
Have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community. Do you want? St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever.
And welcome back to Martz Hall. Mike Raymond, Mike Ventola with you on the D11Sports.com High School Basketball Games of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. After 10-8 was the score. Jim Thorpe with the lead, and they get their first 2 points of quarter number 2, and it's at the hand of Skylar Surfos. Who else? North Schuylkill looking to get something going offensively. They've had a lot of trips on the offensive end, just haven't come away with any points so far.
The defense alignments have been different here for both teams, I tell you.
Jocelyn.
I love to see a good block, Mike.
Yeah, Stitzer had an opportunity, took a little jab stick, but the block came from over from behind. Oh, and they're going to say going to the line here. A shooting foul.
Just taking a look at it here again, and yes, at the end of the day, did Smiles commit the foul? She absolutely did. So, but you know what, though? Sometimes you just want to see that type of act, though, that she has a presence knowing that you still want to just get the ball out of the opponent's hand.
Stitzer's second shot up, no good. 1 for 2 from the line. Stitzer a 40% free throw shooter on the year. And Jim Thorpe going quick with the ball. Now resetting, trying to set their offense. Got a flasher in the lane there. As Hurley resets. Back out to Hurley, an opportunity. Surfos out on the wing. Fakes the pass inside. Now looking to establish some points in the paint. Olivia Smelis, the 6'1 junior, takes the ball up, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
And what you're seeing a lot, too, here, Mike, is for how Jim Thorpe is operating, is they're wanting to, if they cannot get Leah Hurley on the outside shooting 3, or even Skylar Surfos, if they're not getting her going, is they want Olivia Smilas inside to work here in the paint. But what you're seeing North Schuylkill doing is
got that help defense.
Pretty much creating a sandwich here, essentially, and that's kind of what Jim Thorpe wants, because more times than not, as you saw, it's going to commit the foul. So credit to Jim Thorpe here, able to use that to their advantage. 1
for 2 from the line for Olivia Smelis. As quickly to the other end, North Schuylkill now in a little bit of a pinch toward the sideline, and a turnover. And ball will go to Jim Thorpe. Not being able to maximize these offensive opportunities. Lady Spartans got to start moving the ball similar to what Jim Thorpe's being able to do.
I mean, let's take a look at it here again, Mike, and you just kind of see a lot of just confusion right now. You're seeing a lot of players a lot of mistakes.
Let's see if they can get it done on the offensive end as a fast break opportunity. Still trying to get into the paint is Sarah Wagner, and she will get a shooting foul. As a 13-9 lead right now for Jim Thorpe. 6:33 to go, period number 2. Sarah Wagner, a 62% free throw shooter on the year. Gets the first one up and good. 13-10. Second one up, no good. Ball going back the other way. Wonder if foul shots are going to play a storyline down the stretch here.
They certainly will. And you see Jim Thorpe is still not going to shy away from shooting in the perimeter, or outside the perimeter, but still, how about this going from coast to coast there is Cameron Mangle.
As Mangle not shy of getting into the paint, her 6th point of the night, and has shrunk to a 1-point Jim Thorpe lead. As the Olympians will reset to take it down offensively. Looks like we got some substitutes coming into the game.
But I want to go back to real quick. You said free throws. I mean, we've seen so many fouls. We've seen both teams have brought their lunch pail today. And if it's going to come down to the free throw shots, this is where, especially as the game goes on, your pressure mounts. You need to make each possession count.
Especially when we've seen these teams so closely contested all year long in their opportunities. An opportunity from the outside, as Layla Hurley not able to get the 3-point bucket to go. Still in transition, pushing the pace as she's done all night is Cameron Mangle. That one blocked though, and back in the other way. A little bit of a feet entanglement situation there, Mikey.
And just getting tripped up there was Layla Hurley, and
looks like she's okay.
But once again, we're going back to what North Schuylkill's trying to do. Is you take a look at the replay, and look, I love the effort for what Mangle's been trying to do, and even Sarah Wagner, but they're still not able to execute that transition as well as they'd like. So that's something I'm sure for Coach Wetzel during halftime is we got to clean up this transition.
Yeah, I think your hope there is you get into the lane and get someone to commit a foul, but that's not the case, as the first foul shot up on the 1-and-1, no good for Layla Hurley, but they get the ball right back as Jim Thorpe, the ball's all over the place, Mike. The ball is all over the place, and we're seeing a lot of loose balls and loose ball fouls.
You know, it's funny. I see a lot of college game, and you just then see the college game to the high school game, and yeah, you do get a lot more loose ball fouls and loose ball situations here in the high school game, in larger part too because you don't have to worry about shot clock. And
that one off the side of the backboard and turned over to North Schuylkill. But yeah, you're saying a lot of different. Oh, I guess we'll stay here with Jim Thorpe. As Coach Wetzel
here, Mike, that was
there contact?
There might have been contact from
off the ball.
North Schuylkill, and I'm sure for Coach Wetzel, to me, I think he's got every right to be upset.
Jim Thorpe has the opportunity in the lane as Skylar Sirfas had a great opportunity underneath the basket. Gets fouled and will shoot two.
Especially now, too, because let's see what Skylar Sirfas, I mean, she is the IPSO captain here. I mean, there's three other captains, but she is the one that Coach Boronsky is the one that's very much high on, in a sense of she is the top player. But anyway, so she could hit the second free throw, especially after loose ball foul. Keeping things here on this end. Can momentum here start to tilt for Jim Thorpe?
1 of 2 from the line, a 72% free throw shooter on the year. Your score 14-12. Jim Thorpe remaining ahead. We'll see. Oh, a great opportunity. Flash into the lane and bucket for Sarah Wagner. As her
if you have young people watching basketball at home, what you just saw in that previous possession is how you execute.
A spurt of offense here for the latest
basketball 101.
What a great opportunity to reset a shot for Sarah Wagner, as she's made 2 highlight-worthy plays in the last 2 possessions.
Sarah Wagner's starting to feel it, Mike.
As North Schuylkill takes the lead 16-14. Jim Thorpe with the shot from the perimeter, up and good for Haley Smellis.
But when you have that type of perimeter game, can pretty much put an end to any type of run.
Oh, you got to call that glass, don't you, Mike?
And how do you do, Mike?
Is that Wagner again? I think it might have been. Who's having a great second quarter here for the Lady Spartans. And Jim Thorpe all of a sudden having to reassess as a 19-17 lead for North Schuylkill. And another great defensive stand, has an opportunity for the fast break points, and that's Maya Wetzel up and good. And a 21-17 points as 21-17 as North Schuylkill coming alive here in quarter number 2. Blocking foul, as we've just seen a lot of really great plays here. And we can see one of them right here in the transition.
So far, I mean, if North Schuylkill and Jim Thorpe, they're living up to expectation here. So you take a look at that nice three-point shot, which was by Wetzel there. And right now, too, if you're Coach Rich Wetzel, you're feeling very good here on just how his team is able to respond with Jim Thorpe leading most of this game.
Well, we have some downtime. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 100,000 athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes as well as teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. Live from Martz Hall, it's the Schuylkill League Championship games. First up, it is Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill. 21-17 as North Schuylkill has had a surge in offense here in the second quarter. Mike Raymond and Mike Ventola with you here courtside. Again, a little bit later on, we're going to have the boys' final game as Nativity and Pottsville squaring off in the boys' Schuylkill League Championship game. First shot up of the 1-and-1, good for Sirfas. Her 4th point of the second quarter. 21-18. Down and good. 2 for 2 for the line for Skylar Zerfas. 72% on the year from the stripe. Great opportunity underneath the basket as we'll pause to reset as North Schuylkill will run their offense here. Really working that ball into the paint. Really great pass underneath as Wagner not able to get it up and home. And here comes the Olympians. Great pass underneath to find Olivia Smellis. Bucket and the foul.
When you see after you make that basket and then you get the and one, you're feeling good, especially now for Jim Thorpe being down by 4, able to bring it back here to possession. Been a good play here for Jim Thorpe, though they were trying to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way, just couldn't do it.
Under 3 minutes to go, period number 2. Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill as the Lady Spartans on top, 22-20. Wagner goes to her knees and turns the ball over. Jim Thorpe in control here as Skylar Surfos comes across the half-court stripe, looking to run their offense, gets it over to Mackenzie Ewis. Serfos left wide open for a three-point opportunity, up and no good. And here we come in transition. Maddie Wetzel getting the ball onto the outside perimeter for a three-point shot to her sister Maya. Three-point bucket, up and good. 25-20 with North Schuylkill. I guess they're calling that one a two-point bucket from the perimeter. Check out the replay here.
We take a look at Maya Wetzel able to just hit that three-point basket, leading all scorers now here with 10 points. I mean, she's without question starting to feel it here, and we're going to get to a jump ball.
I'm not sure we have the correct score on the scoreboard. Maybe I misjudged it. I don't know if I can add. 24-21 on the scoreboard. So a three-point lead for North Schuylkill. So North Schuylkill reassesses on the offensive side of the ball here. And going to the scoring table, I think they might have caught the error here. Maybe not.
What are we taught to be flexible in these times, Mike?
I guess.
That's how it goes.
So North Schuylkill coming down, running the offense. On the wing. Looking to reset as Maya Wetzel gets a cross-court opportunity. On the far side to Jocelyn Stitzer. Defense in her face. Ball out of bounds will stay here with North Schuylkill. Again, 24-21. Just under a minute 30 to go before halftime. Here in a timeout on the floor, Mike.
So just a quick 30-second timeout. And, you know, Mike, it's like anything else as you see Coach Wetzel here with his North Schuylkill team. And, look, I'm sure he's just looking to draw up a play here. How can we get the ball inside? You know, that's been really the bread and butter of how they've been able to score, except for Maya Wetzel, who's been able to hit a couple of threes. But the Olympians now, they need to kind of continue that intensity on the defensive side. Mackenzie Uhas, who had missed the earlier part of the season due to injury prior to the timeout, just getting the ball out of bounds. Very aggressive in type of the face, and you're going to have to be, because if North Schuylkill continues to get open looks, if they continue to get lanes inside, the early success Jim Thorpe had is going to go by the wayside.
See if we can get up some more points offensively here for North Schuylkill. Oh, a nice backdoor pass intercepted by Leah Sniski of Jim Thorpe. Sarah Foss bringing the ball over the stripe, looking to set the offense. Still with that perimeter passing attack. Swings it far side for Mackenzie Uhas. Keeping it up top. Uhas looking inside now. Has Olivia Smellis. And the outside kick for the three-point basket. Up and good by Layla Hurley. A foul underneath as Cameron Mengel will go to the line. An opportunity to see that three-point bucket there by Layla Hurley.
I saw a little bit of a flick of the wrist there, Mike.
Little flick, like she's done it once or twice before.
Isn't that when you yell Kobe?
Yeah, of course. 25-24. Up and good. 26-24 North Schuylkill. 45 seconds on the clock before halftime. Jim Thorpe looking to push the pace a little bit. Still working the ball around the perimeter. Backdoor available. Up and good as Leah Sniski with a heads-up play, an easy bucket for Jim Thorpe to tie the game at 26, under 30 to go before halftime. Getting aggressive underneath.
Great ball movement inside.
Serfas with the runner. Whistle stayed in the mouth on the shot. And the ball will stay here with Jim Thorpe. Under 15 seconds to go. All knotted up at 26, and this is just par for the course between this matchup. Again, we talked about earlier this year, back on February 11th, North Schuylkill with a 56-53 win, and on January 15th, 58-56, Jim Thorpe. Number 5, Leah Sniski, up no good. North Schuylkill under 2 to go. That one tipped, and we will go to halftime, knotted at 26 apiece. So you're watching the D11Sports.com high school basketball game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Halftime score 26-all.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever. To have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community. Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community. Do you
Halftime here at Martz Hall. You're watching the D11Sports.com high school basketball game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. This evening, the Schuylkill League Championship game. The girls in action first. North Schuylkill and Jim Thorpe all tied up at 26 points at the half. Mike Raymond and Mike Ventola with you here courtside at Pottsville Area School District. And listen, Martz Hall, we talked about the venue. These two teams not disappointing in the first half. And we talked about the previous matchups, Mike, so close. But we're just seeing some great defense for North Schuylkill and some great offense for Jim Thorpe.
We're seeing a balance on how both teams are going about their business. Early on, folks got the opportunity to see a lot of Jim Thorpe in being able to push the ball down, being able to hit some shots in space. But then as the end of the first quarter came to an end and as the game shifted towards the second quarter, it was North Schuylkill that really started to find their way a little bit, and they were the ones being able to hit some shots and getting some open looks, but also to really attacking the glass. And as much as they've been able to attack the glass, I really like Jim Thorpe's ability to rebound the basketball. Both teams have gone through some spurts of not being able to make shots drop, but both teams do. They have to cut out some mistakes. There were some loose ball situations. There were some fouls that should not have really been executed, shall you say? Some elementary type fouls that they really need to clean up. But look, at the end of the day, Mike, you look at the score, and it's tied right now. And both of these teams, they're so used to one another. They know everything about each other. It's just going to come down to both teams being able to hit those open looks and being able to make each possession count. And both teams who wanted to control the tempo, both teams have been able to kind of control the tempos in their own light. But now the messaging by both of these head coaches could really impact on how both of these teams were able to come out of the locker room here for half number two.
Jim Thorpe leading scorer, Skylar Surfoss 10 points on the half, followed by Layla Hurley with 6 points of her own. If you look at North Schuylkill side of things, Sarah Wagner had a really great second quarter with 8 points total, 7 from Maya Wetzel, as again 26 all at the half. And when we come back, we'll go through a little bit about the Schuylkill League standings. We'll talk a little bit about the game later on. And it's National Athletic Training Month, so we got a little bit of an announcement to honor some of those athletic trainers that are keeping these student athletes here at this game and all throughout our region safe and healthy. You're watching the D11Sports.com high school basketball game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back in a minute.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy now more than ever. Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community. St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy now more than ever.
Welcome back to the D11Sports.com High School Basketball Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. North Schuylkill and Jim Thorpe in the Schuylkill League Girls Championship game, knotted up at 26 apiece. Mike Raymond and Mike Ventola with you here courtside at Martz Hall. And March is National Athletic Training Month, and the slogan for the month is athletic trainers are essential to healthcare. What is an athletic trainer? As healthcare providers, athletic trainers have the foundational skill set and education to manage challenging and unpredictable situations. Athletic trainers are highly qualified, multi-skilled healthcare professionals who render service or treatment under the direction of or in collaboration with a physician in accordance with their education, training, and the state's statutes, rules, and regulations. As a part of the healthcare team, services provided by athletic trainers include primary care, injury, and illness prevention, wellness promotion and education, emergent care, examination, and clinical diagnosis, therapeutic intervention and rehabilitation of injuries and medical conditions. Athletic trainers provide medical services of all types to all types of patients, not just athletes participating in sports, and can work in a variety of job settings. Athletic trainers relieve widespread and future workforce shortages in primary care support and outpatient rehab professions, and provide an unparalleled continuum of care for the patients. Thank you to all the athletic trainers for being such an integral part of our healthcare system. Athletic trainers are essential to healthcare. And Mike, as we got about 2 minutes to go before the third quarter gets underway, why don't we pause and take a look at the Schuylkill League standings on the girls' side. As the three divisions there, we're seeing two Division I representatives here tonight.
Yeah, and for Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill, obviously sitting at 13-1 and really separated themselves from the rest of the division. But for North Schuylkill, getting the opportunity to play Mahoney area prior to this contest, but still a tremendous season for them at 12-1. So we've really seen some great folks here in the Schuylkill League, have seen some outstanding basketball despite everything that's gone on. Even Minersville in the Division II division with Lourdes and Tri-Valley. So a lot of good basketball out this way, but evident outside of maybe Mahoney area. You're seeing why Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill are playing in this game here tonight.
On the boys' side, following the conclusion of this game, I believe an 8 o'clock tip expected between Nativity and Pottsville. And doing a little research on this game, both teams blowing out the competition at the previous game on the semifinal side of things. So it's going to be an impressive game between these two very talented offensive and very talented defensive teams on both sides. So I'm looking forward to the one later on, Mike.
Yeah, same here. And how about if you're the Crimson Tide, you get to play home.
Yeah, right.
It's a home game.
And I've been
this
so
is
impressed.
Their mecca. This is their arena.
Yeah.
And I tell you though, they've been outstanding hosts as well. I'm sure for Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill, they got to be tickled pink with how outstanding everything has been here so far tonight,
including the fan interaction here as we get underway in the second half. Jim Thorpe with the ball to start. Again, knotted at 26 apiece on the court side. You got Mike Raymond and Mike Ventola with you. Again, the Schuylkill League championship game on the girls' side. It is interception, but a great defensive play by Skylar Sirfos as she tips that ball out of bounds instead of allowing the easy layup for the Lady Spartans. Just underway second half. North Schuylkill with the inbound. Skipping passes over with the opportunity on the wing. Bounces around, almost drops for Maya Wetzel. But up no good. Looks like she'll be going to the line as Jocelyn Stitzer gets her opportunity to add to her 1 point total of the first half. Let's see if she can add some more from the stripes here.
Senior who's been good supporting, has been getting the opportunity to start, but has really been able to be an important piece of what the Spartans have been able to do all season long.
1 of 2 from the line. North Schuylkill with the first points of half number 2, 27-26 lead. As Jim Thorpe with the opportunity. A flash into the lane for Sirfoss. A beautiful bucket for number 21, Skylar Sirfoss. A nice bucket in the lane there. And to this point, obviously the standout player of the game.
Couldn't agree more.
At the conclusion of the game, we'll have an interview. Ryan Caulfield will interview the winning coach and our D11 Sports player of the game. And between you and I, Mike, we'll figure that one out. And obviously, Skylar Sirfoss making a case for herself, especially with this play, Mike.
But to say you like that athleticism, being able to use the right hand to complete the layup. It's been, you can just see how talented she is, Skylar Sirfoss, and she is certainly someone as well, too, that even coming back next year for her senior year, you expect her to take her basketball talents to the next level when she graduates a year from now.
Nice flash as she gets the defense to come out and extend and almost has a nice friendly roll there. And a great opportunity. Now going in the other way is Sarah Wagner. Finds Maya Wetzel down there in the corner. Gets it back up to the top of the key, and a hold foul by Sirfoss.
And for Jim Thorpe, not too pleased with the foul call. As we take a look at it here again, Mike, and you just see right then and there that reach in looked like there was all hand.
But blocking foul there on Haley Smellis. That's 2 fouls for Haley on the evening. As North Schuylkill looking to reset on the offensive end, and a great hand in the lane there as Skylar Sirfoss knocks it out of the bounds. Offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, Sirfoss making her presence known here. 5'8" junior guard, averaging 16 points a game. North Schuylkill feeding it inside as Stitzer up no good. Fighting for the rebound underneath. Jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with North Schuylkill.
And just even like, I liked what North Schuylkill was able to do. They passed it around. They distributed the basketball well then. But Stitzer right there, I mean, if she's got her back, she receives the basketball. Have a little bit more force as you get it, try to get a turn and get that layup in.
Stitzer getting the ball on the inbound. Maya Wetzel resetting the offense. Nice crossover against Sirfoss. What a great matchup there between two really great players. A basket underneath and the foul as Cameron Mengel. An opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play. As North Schuylkill taking the 1-point lead. Let's see if they can do a 2-point lead with the free bucket.
And Jim Thorpe, Mike, was simply, they fell asleep. And that allowed Mengel to get in those 2 points. And how about this? Another opportunity here for North Schuylkill.
Maya Wetzel up no good off the back of the iron. Great offensive board, not able to capitalize on the extra possession. As Jim Thorpe brings it the other way with Sirfoss. Looking to get a substitute here on the next dead ball. Sirfoss looking for Olivia Smellis. Finds her sister Haley for the outside shot, no good. Stays with Jim Thorpe as number 20, Layla Hurley, enters the game. She'll replace Leah Sniski. Quick inbound, up and good for Layla Hurley. Her first points of half number 2. Looks like Jim Thorpe wanted some steps there. We're going to let him play. Great ball movement, creating a shot from the outside. Rings around and down for Gabrielle Sinicola. Excuse me. Caitlin Hines.
See Mengel here.
Great fast break bucket for Cameron Mengel. A 34-30 North Schuylkill lead right now. Wide open for the shot on the perimeter is Mackenzie Uhas. Not able to connect, and here come North Schuylkill on the fast break, and a great, I thought she had an offensive foul there, but they're going to call the block as Cameron Mengel heading to the line.
And I thought, Mike, as we take a look here, you know what it was?
Moving the feet a little bit, leaning back.
Just, you know what, though? I get why it was called, but I think Jim Thorpe's got everything to be upset about. I thought maybe it was just a tad late, but she looked like as if her feet were set. As we take a look at it here, I think just because she started to go back a little bit. Maybe a hair second sooner, and you're looking at an offensive foul.
Layla Hurley, one of the things that I always look for is a strong shoe game, and she's got an interesting shoe game with the multicolored sneakers. 35-30, North Schuylkill with the lead. Another opportunity, steal up and good as Cameron Mengel adding to her 63 steals on the year with 2 more back-to-back possessions. Largest lead right now, 37-30. North Schuylkill taking control here in the second half.
And you just saw Maddie Wetzel getting her hand in to block that shot, to block the pass, and excellent execution here by Cameron Mengel, able to pick it up, take it to the hoop, and now for North Schuylkill, their largest lead of the game. And now this is where, too, if you are the Spartans, you want to continue separation. But still very much a game. If you're Jim Thorpe here, you know you get a possession or two, you play some good defense, you hit a three-point basket, get a basket here, you can make it a one-possession game at a snap of a finger. So, but Jim Thorpe has got to clean up their mess. But right now, if you're North Schuylkill, you want to continue to separate. You want to get this to a 10-point lead or more, and then you really start to mount some pressure on Jim Thorpe.
North Schuylkill pressing here on defense, looking to try to trap, but Jim Thorpe able to break that press. Up and no good as the foul will be called. Shooting foul as Leah Snisky will go to the line.
And right there, too. Look. Okay, you wanted 2 points. Well, you're getting to the free throw line, so you're getting a chance here if you're Leah Snisky. Hit both free throws. Make it a 5-point game.
First shot up and good for Leah. A 64% free throw shooter.
You notice as the shot was where the foul was committed.
Snisky 2 of 2 from the line. 6 points on the night for the 5'11 junior. It looks like a media timeout here on the floor. And while we have a pause in the action, we want to remind you that St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 100,000 athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. Mike Raymond, Mike Ventola with you, 37-32. North Schuylkill with the lead here in the Schuylkill League Girls Final. And the league championship on the line here. We've talked about some of the – and the one thing we haven't mentioned yet to this point, Mike, is we're getting to the second half, right? The masks, wearing the masks as you get later and later into the game, I got to imagine that's a lot tougher on these student athletes.
It is, and but they knew coming into this season that it was going to be mandatory for them to have to play with masks if they wanted to see action on the court, if they wanted to play games. Mask wearing was a part of it, but in talking with both coaches, you tip your cap to how both of not only these schools, but every student athlete that has had to go through so much. And you see some good action here inside, and
Maddie Wetzel had an opportunity in the lane there. Clanked back and forth on the off the iron, no good.
One final point too, Mike. Remember something. The professional athletes and the collegiate athletes are getting tested multiple times a week.
Yep. It's not a reality here.
It's not a reality in the high school world. So this is something that has to take place. But these players, they seem to not mind so much. We're still seeing the same aggression as we would without masks.
As some of that aggression coming out here. Later we get into the game. An opportunity for Skylar Serfos to add to her 12 points As again, Skylar, a 72% free throw shooter on the year. First one up and down for Skylar. And we got the foul. Take a look at the foul here as Jocelyn Stitzer took exception with the referee's call there. And Surfos hits both shots from the line. A 37-34 lead for North Schuylkill. Lady Spartans kicking it out, and an open three-point bucket for Caitlin Himes.
6 points in this quarter by Himes. Huge three-point baskets.
Great defense for North Schuylkill, really clogging up the lanes. Finds Uhas for a nice shifty move. Went right, then came back left for an easy 2 points in the lane for Mackenzie's first points of the contest. North Schuylkill with another perimeter opportunity. Great offensive rebound. Not able to corral it, though, as they're going to call a jump ball. And possession arrow goes to Jim Thorpe. 40-36. Your score here. North Schuylkill on top. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go in quarter number 3. That press coming back out for North Schuylkill. Doing a great job in breaking it. Some great passing here from Jim Thorpe. Oh, and able to corral it. And maybe take a breath here and reset the offense as an opportunity for Olivia Smellis. Into the lane, finds her sister. Back to Olivia. And practically right under the basket, the two-point bucket. (40-38). Your score. Great crossover there by Caitlin Himes. A three-point bucket by Maddie Wetzel. Her first points of the contest. As one of the coach's daughters getting in on the action. Sirfos crossing over, stops and pops. Off the rim, no good. Possession back to North Schuylkill. Himes took a couple steps there, and she knew it right away, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting overzealous there. You know, you receive that pass, you want to take that shot, but how about, like you mentioned just a few moments ago, Maddie Wetzel able to come off the bench, hit a three-point basket. So you're seeing a lot more of the depth really come out here for North Schuylkill. I mean, you're seeing bits and pieces of it coming from Jim Thorpe, but there's been some good ball movement here in quarter number 3.
Skylar Surfos wide open. Easy bucket for the junior. She's up to 16 points right on average. 43-40. North Schuylkill still alive, and a bucket there on the offensive end. For the 45-40 lead for North Schuylkill. Pace really picking up here, under a minute to go in quarter number 3. Intercepted the pass there as Maya Wetzel bringing it up for the Lady Spartans. Another open three-point bucket for number 15, Maddie Wetzel.
Somebody better call the fire department because Maddie Wetzel's on fire right now.
Yes, she is. 48-40 North Schuylkill, their largest lead of 8 points, under 20 seconds to go in quarter number 3. A great quick basket there by Jim Thorpe for Skylar Surfos. 7 seconds to go. A shot up with the foul as Savannah Garlick going to the line.
See, that's where, too, if you're Mackenzie Uhas, you got to know that. And watch here as you see Savannah Garlick able to come in there. She kind of had a line drive shot. Mackenzie Uhas, she got beat there. She's got to, at that point, kind of just let it happen. And if, all right, they get the 2 points, but now you're sending her unnecessarily to the free throw line. But the only thing that could benefit you here if you're Jim Thorpe is with 5 seconds, you need a quick inbound and a Hail Mary type shot. So
58% free throw shooter on the year is Savannah. Missed the first one. Second shot up and good for Savannah Garlick. Her first points of the evening. 3 seconds to go here. Jim Thorpe, see if they get one up. Errant pass, and that'll do it for quarter number 3, 49-42, as a quick third quarter here from Martz Hall. You're watching the the D11sports.com high school basketball game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Back in a minute.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever. Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child.
Welcome back to Martz Hall, D11sports.com high school basketball game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Start of the fourth quarter, 49-42. North Schuylkill on top of Jim Thorpe. And the Lady Spartans getting right back to it on the offensive end. And a change of possession here. Looks like foot on the line. And 8 minutes left for one of these teams in the season.
every possession now is going to get more and more important. This is where if you're Jim Thorpe, you've got to be able to execute. You're going to have to try to really make every possession count. Got to hit some buckets, got to get yourself in a little bit of a run. If you're North Schuylkill, just continue the way you're playing right now. Play good defense and disrupt a pass, as you see right there.
Leah Snisky had an opportunity, just couldn't get her hands around it. And a change of possession back to North Schuylkill, as Sarah Wagner setting the offense. Back over to Caitlin Himes. Maya Wetzel getting it back out to Himes. Over to Sarah Wagner. Drives, gets it out to Stitzer. And it looks like a tripping foul here. 49-42. As a timeout on Jim Thorpe's side as we take a look at the replay here.
And you just saw the left leg and
foot.
just what caused the trip there. So
Yep.
Olivia Smellis getting called with the foul. And, you know, kind of what I was saying before too, Mike. Like right now, if you're North Schuylkill, you're feeling good. I mean, you cleaned up some early mistakes. You're able to hit those open looks. I like what they're able to do defensively with their zone defense at times. We're on the other side for Jim Thorpe. They're not getting as many shots as they would like to fall, but then they're still making simple mistakes, not getting clean, crisp passes, or if they are getting looks, just not taking the necessary shots that need to be taken. So, but still, it's a 7-point game, just a little under 7 minutes, plenty of time if you're Jim Thorpe. But this is one area you really need to avoid, is putting North Schuylkill on the free throw line. They've been very good here tonight.
49-42 as Jocelyn Stitzer, 40% free throw shooter on the year, hits the first. And again, stick around after the game. We'll honor the D11sports.com player of the game as Stitzer up and good. 51-42 North Schuylkill. Now the largest lead of the game for the Lady Spartans. And you got to get something out of these possession if you're Jim Thorpe. Get that confidence back. Searfoss forcing the issue in the lane. Shot up no good. But she will go to the line to shoot two. Against Searfoss and Hurley are 1,000-point scorers on the Jim Thorpe side of things. already with 18. Searfoss adds her 19th point of the game. Take a look here on the foul.
Just the hands.
Yep.
Sometimes, look, you remember when you were playing basketball growing up, what they say, hands up. Not
Yep.
hands forward, hands up.
51-44 as 2 free throws good for Skylar Searfoss. A wide open shot as Jocelyn Stitzer, her 4th point of quarter number 4. A 53-44 lead now for North Schuylkill. And a change of possession back to the Lady Spartans.
What do we say? Mistakes. And as we take a look at it here again, and you can just see, and not so much mistakes. People may think that sometimes mistakes are turnovers. No, just knowing where everybody is on the court, and Stitzer was left wide open to complete that layup.
Left wide open, knocks it down with the left hand. Another opportunity for North Schuylkill, moving the ball really well. And it looks like they really got a lot of gas still left in the tank as the pace is really being pushed by the Leyden Spartans. Searfoss trying to get aggressive there on the defense. Again, we're looking at a 9-point lead right now for North Schuylkill, potentially being extended here. But, you know, Skylar Searfoss playing her heart out, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, she's been superb. And you can't go overlooked with what she's been able to do for Jim Thorpe. But now you're getting to the point here. It's still a 9-point game, and
Wagner not able to hit the front end.
And it's going to stay with North Schuylkill. And
physical play down there in the corner at the 6-minute mark of quarter number 4. Again, some more free throws coming for North Schuylkill. It'll be Caitlin Himes already with 7 points. Point number 8 up and good. Taking a look at the replay here.
And that's where the foul took place, right there.
Himes knocks down both for her 9th point of the game, averaging 6.2 points per game on the year. And Himes a 82% free throw shooter, so she's going to the line. She's hitting 8 out of 10. Coming down to the wire here, an 11-point lead for North Schuylkill, 55-44. As Searfoss, playing her heart out, finds her teammate in the lane, and an open 3-point bucket for Layla Hurley. 55-47, North Schuylkill. Pushing the pace yet again into the lane, bucket and the foul as Sarah Wagner coming alive here in the 4th quarter. Had a really good 8-point effort in quarter number 2, and she's looking to get the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. We see the replay here.
And that's where, too, you just saw the elevation there by Olivia Smellis. Keep your feet down. You have height advantage. Keep set. Put those hands up. It's going to be a charge call.
Yeah.
That's something where, especially for someone like her as a junior, by then you kind of know what you should be doing in that situation. So, but I don't want to harp on it too much. You know, the effort's been certainly there, but right now North Schuylkill here leading by 10, Mike, and folks at home wondering, you know, what's it going to take for Jim Thorpe? They desperately need to get on a run here. They need to, I think, speed up their possessions a little bit, get some quick passes, get some shots, and play some defense.
Yeah, the
and
defense.
Don't force fouls.
Yeah, the
it seems
defensive
like
side of the ball.
Maybe running. I don't want to say they're running out of gas, but it just seems like right now North Schuylkill's a step ahead of Jim Thorpe in every area here on the court.
Yeah, good point, Mike. It's and we're going to see here if we can extend the lead to an 11-point margin for North Schuylkill as the shot up and good by Sarah Wagner. That's 11 points on the night for Sarah Wagner. Searfoss bringing the offense up the court. 58-47. North Schuylkill 11-point lead. Little drive and kick. Oh, looks like Smellis able to control the ball on the way out. And Searfoss is going to have to hustle and is able to control it. Ball on the floor, loose ball. Are we going to see a foul? Smellis able to control there, and it's going to be a jump ball. Staying down here with Jim Thorpe. We saw a lot of that loose ball stuff early on, Mike. And
I want to say, too, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought there might have been there should have been a foul call there on the court, but you got to remind yourself it's a championship game.
Off the iron, no good for Haley Smellis. Serfas with the three-point opportunity off the back iron, no good, and a foot on the line as Stitzer with the last touch before it goes out. Inbound opportunity as Mackenzie Uhas coming in, giving Haley Smellis an opportunity for a breather. 4.5 to go here, quarter number 4, as Serfas finding Uhas in the lane with the foul and bucket, and that's what you need if you're Jim Thorpe.
All right, Mike, you hit this free throw. If you're Uhas, make it an 8-point game with a little under 4.5 minutes, and see where the foul came into play. There's still hope. They're knocking on the door. North Schuylkill still doing a very good job of keeping that door shut.
Mackenzie Uhas, a 69% free throw shooter on the year for her 7th point of the night, 58-50. North Schuylkill still pushing the pace here. Stitzer with the left hand up and good, as she's having a great fourth quarter with 6 points, 7 on the night. 60-50, North Schuylkill. 3 minutes, 55 seconds. Next timeout will be immediate timeout. Bucket up and good for Leah Sniski, adding to her 6 points. That is her 8th point of the night. Coast-to-coast opportunity, and Sarah Wagner gets fouled in the lane here. An 8-point lead for North Schuylkill, 60-52. And it looks like she's down here for the count. We're going to have to see how she's doing. Athletic trainers out there taking care of Sarah. Here's the replay.
Felt a little awkward on that right.
Looked like an ankle there.
That right ankle, but I'm sure she's being attended to, and Coach Wetzel right now is figuring out who's going to potentially go in her place.
Wagner with 11 points on the night. Well, we have a pause. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 100,000 athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. 3 minutes, 42 seconds. North Schuylkill on top, 60-52 in the Schuylkill League Championship game. Again, this is the girls' side. Boys' side coming up at 8 o'clock, Pottsville versus Nativity. And again, we mentioned those two teams making quick work of their opponents in the previous round of the league tournament. And again, we'll have that coverage for you a little bit later on here on D11sports.com. I want to thank Al DiCarlo and Dave Micah Jr. Dave courtside with us here. And again, post-game we'll have Ryan Caulfield. He's going to be talking to the winning coach and our D11sports.com player of the game, which we're going to have to identify for the quarter is out. And we'll look forward
to some candidates, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, Wetzel's having a great game for North Schuylkill. So is Wagner and Mengel. Those would be the prime candidates. And again, as if it stays the way it is right now, Jim Thorpe, obviously trailing by 8 points, but you can't understate what Skylar Serfas has done. If it ends up being a losing effort, she may not get player of the game honors, but I think definitely her effort tonight has been quite impressive. Again, I want to thank Dr. John Hoff and Ked Sidlow from St. Luke's University Health Network for their support of D11sports.com, bringing live action. We're going to have wrestling tomorrow. D11sports.com will be at 2A and 3A. Wrestling tomorrow, so stick around, check that out tomorrow. That's going to be a challenge, the wrestling action. First one up, no good, as Cameron Mengel looking for her 13th point of the night. There it is. 13 points for Cameron Mengel. Again, 31 just a game ago for Mengel. 61-52, North Schuylkill. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Turnover. And here you get a little conservative, maybe not. There we go. Reset the offense, maybe bleed the clock a little bit if you're North Schuylkill.
That is the key here at this point. Yes, you want to make some baskets. You want to really try to put this thing away, but...
And that's what you don't want. Easy bucket opportunity for Juhas. As took her time, and you got to give her a lot of credit there and not forcing it. And that's an important bucket for Jim Thorpe. 61-54. And a turnover, and now we're seeing a little momentum in the way of the Olympians. Under 3 to go, 61-54. As Surfos bringing up the court, and I think it's got to go through her, Mike.
It certainly does. She has been the top scorer for Jim Thorpe, and a foul here is going to bring you to a 1-and-1.
It'll be Olivia Smellis going to the line for Jim Thorpe. A 45% free throw shooter on the year, already with 6 points on the evening. Hasn't scored since quarter number 2, though. Again, that turnover on the other side was a huge thing for Jim Thorpe, for them to be able to get some points out of this possession here.
Not to put too much pressure on Olivia, but if she can just get both of these free throws here to make it a 5-point game, sound like a broken record, but still time. 2 minutes and 47 seconds in basketball. When you have, it's a 2-possession game, still plenty of time. All it takes is a turnover, quick basket.
Olivia gets the front end. As the crowd gets into it, is able to sink 2, and we're talking 61-56 here now all of a sudden. North Schuylkill trying to bleed the clock the last time out. Ended up turning the ball over. If you can get another turnover here, and that's exactly what Surfos was thinking there. An opportunity in the corner for Himes. Another tip ball. Now we're starting to move the ball around the perimeter a little bit more quickly. Good help defense over there by Layla Hurley.
They're just taking time off here, Mike.
2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Opportunity on the baseline. Blocked. Blocked again. Another defensive stand for Jim Thorpe. Oh, and that's what you can't have. You have to travel there.
And I think that's a little bit of a makeup call. I'm going to tell you why. Because, yes, the travel took place, but you had a behind the back prior to us. Watch the replay here. See right there, even though that there was ball, usually that gets called at the high school game quite a bit. So
Coach Wetzel wanting to talk about it, takes the timeout. 2:07 left in this one. Schuylkill League Championship game. North Schuylkill 61, Jim Thorpe 56. Mike Raymond and Mike Ventola with you here again. D11sports.com. Player of the game coming up. Post-game interview with the winning coach. I got our student reporter Ryan Caulfield with us here for both games. Again, Pottsville and Nativity coming up on the boys' side a little bit later on, and we'll have some medals awarded today post-game, both sides of the boys and girls. And that's an exciting thing when you get to get a medal game in the action. I think that's amazing.
It's fantastic, especially in the world that we're in right now, to just be here.
For sure.
To see this game being played. That's an accomplishment in itself.
And another opportunity for hand in the lane. Wow. I'm not sure about that call right there, Mike. Foul called on number 21, Skylar Surfos.
I mean, I get it. I mean, how about Mackenzie Juhas? Able to, if she only had her hand was just an inch or two longer. But I don't know where.
It's close.
It was close. I get why the call was made, but.
Cameron Mengel gets the first of 2 shots, 62-56, and Mengel gets the second. Very good candidate for player of the game this evening. 63-56 North Schuylkill. 1 minute, 56 seconds on the clock. Got to get a quick basket here if you're Jim Thorpe, and they have an opportunity out on the wing. Juhas down on the baseline. And there's Surfos with a nice quick stop and pop. I don't think she expected to be that open, Mike.
No, it was certainly a contested shot. I thought she had a chance to kick it out on the wing there to get that open look for 3.
North Schuylkill resets. When do you start fouling here, Mike?
You're getting to that point now where you're going to need to start fouling, I think.
They are moving the ball extraordinarily quick, and it really just comes up with a great, easy basket. And I think that was Sarah Wagner back in the game. Great to see her back and healthy here. Great offensive rebound, another opportunity as Leah Sniski, her 4th point on the quarter, 65-58, under a minute to go. Oh, a turnover here, and they're going to get the foul, and Jim Thorpe. Foul on Surfos.
What's amazing to me is, and Jim Thorpe is fortunate to just get the basketball back here, let's take a look at the replay, and you see the foul. Jim Thorpe should have been fouling prior to that. But they're going to catch a break here, especially if Surfos here can hit the free throws.
72% on the year, up and good. Surfos, her 21st point of the game to match her jersey number. And there's 22. Timeout on the floor. 51 seconds to go. We got a 5-point game, Mike, and it's getting closer and closer. We keep talking about how close these games have been this season. Again, back on February 11th, North Schuylkill with the win 56-53. Back on January 15th, Jim Thorpe with the win 58-56. So they've already outscored both of those point totals, but they're still in a really close game here with a 5-point lead with the Lady Spartans.
Yeah, still some time. And, if I'm Coach Goronsky right now, it's, okay, we're down by 5. We need to play the best defense of our life here, and if the ball's being passed around an extra second or 2 longer, you may have to start fouling.
Yeah.
But on the other side here for North Schuylkill, Mike, let's see if we can continue to take clock off. And you know what? I know they're worried about potential miss. If you have an open look, take a shot. If you have a chance to hit a 2-point basket or even a 3-point basket, this game could be over.
Mike Raymond, Mike Ventola with you courtside here at Martz Hall. It is the Schuylkill League Girls Championship game between North Schuylkill and Jim Thorpe, and there's the foul on Leah Sniski, and North Schuylkill going to have an opportunity here. 2 shots. That is Cameron Mengel at the line. Again, Mengel with 15 points. That is point number 16. All of her 4th quarter points coming by the way of the free throw line. 66-60, 50 seconds to go. And second shot up, no good. Rebound, Jim Thorpe. So 2-possession game here as Surfos pushing the pace. A long 3-point basket, and that is Layla Hurley with a 3-pointer to put this game within 1 possession. I can't believe how close this is raining here.
I'll tell you this, if maybe it's the aura of Martz Hall here. And let's take a look at it again. By the way, it's definitely Christmas because that was without question a gift shot there by Surfos. Well done. As Jim Thorpe now is a 1-possession game.
66-63, 39.7 on the clock. Possession arrow with North Schuylkill. And again, a phenomenal game. Under 40 seconds to go to be able to say we're in a 1-possession game from where this game was just a few minutes ago. Even into the 3rd quarter, we were talking about 11, almost 12-point lead, I believe, at one point for North Schuylkill. Jim Thorpe has just hung around, made it a great game, and this is what the Schuylkill League Finals all about. The fans deserve it. Again, we talked about the fans in attendance. It's not the normal 4,000, Mike, but the fans that are here in attendance are making it difficult for the people, especially right now with Cameron Mengel on the free throw line. You're going to hear the crowd pipe up a little more.
Yeah, you couldn't be more right, and it seems like every shot taken, and look, I think there was a max capacity of 250 people here tonight. They sound like it's 4,000 people.
As Mengel hits both shots. 68-63. Jim Thorpe with the three-point basket. Oh, rolls around, no good. North Schuylkill with the rebound and will get possession here, 68-63.
I know Sniski, she may be beating herself up on that shot not going in. Look, it's the state of the game. Yeah, you'd like to see that shot going in, but I love that take. You had an open three, and you were able to just take that shot. That's one that Coach Goronski is not going to be disappointed in. Shot just didn't go in, but now, on the flip side, one more free throw here, and if you make it a 7-point game.
Yeah, that's a tough one with 30 seconds to go.
The hope is dwindling.
Got Maddie Wetzel hitting 1 of 2. Jim Thorpe pushing the pace as Searfoss bringing the ball up. Layla Hurley's getting a shot in the lane off the back iron, no good. Getting the ball over to their impact player, Searfoss. 15 seconds to go, and the North Schuylkill Lady Spartans having a chance to extend their lead at the free throw line. Right now up by 6 points. 15 seconds on the clock, Mike.
Well, if you're Cameron Mengel, you got a chance to seal the deal here.
And that's Cameron Mengel's 7th free throw this quarter. 15 seconds to go, 70-63, and that is point number 8, all coming, by the way, of the free throw line for the Lady Spartans. 15 seconds to go. Jim Thorpe, that one tipped there by Northern Schuylkill. And it'll stay here with Jim Thorpe as 9 seconds on the clock, 71-63, North Schuylkill. And inbound play here, an opportunity as Smellis getting it out to Sniski. Off the back iron, no good. 2-1, 71-63. North Schuylkill, your Schuylkill League champions here tonight at Martz Hall.
Remarkable job by this North Schuylkill Spartans team and what they were able to do, executing shot after shot, but a tip of the cap to Nadia Goronski and her Jim Thorpe Olympian team. What an unbelievable job by them as well, too, taking North Schuylkill to the bitter end. And the thing about it is here, as North Schuylkill will celebrate, there will be an awarding of medals and the trophy as well, too. You and I are going to have a chance to talk about this a little further, Mike. I mean, Jim Thorpe's going to have their heads held down. Well, here's one thing. The experience they've learned today is tenfold. They're getting every single player back for next season.
Well, you know, you look at this game, too, you know, the final score isn't going to indicate how close this one really was, because up until just the last few seconds here in the fourth quarter, it was a one-possession game. And, you know, if you're North Schuylkill and Coach Rich Wetzel, you got to be happy with Cameron Mengel, who really shined in the fourth quarter, especially from the free throw line, as she hit 8 points in the fourth quarter to give her 20 on the game. And the sophomore guard, Cameron Mengel, after putting up 31 just a game ago, really shining tonight, as the Olympians being honored on the court right now as the runner-up in the Schuylkill League this year. And here comes the announcement of the North Schuylkill Lady Spartans as your winner of the Schuylkill League this season. And Mike, you know, just seeing the faces and the happy faces. Obviously, there's got to be a loser in every game, but you know, just watching these players courtside, getting their names read aloud, and experiencing a Schuylkill League championship. And when, again, we talked to Coach Wetzel before the game. This is a team that is so close-knit. They've known each other since fourth grade. They run in the same circles. This has got to just be so special for every member of this North Schuylkill Lady Spartan team.
You could be more right, Mike. And, you know, for these players and what they've been able to experience not only this season, but as you mentioned, all so close, and be able to do this together. I'm sure the memories of this season are pouring through, and I'm sure whenever they get a moment to sit down and collect their thoughts, and these players that have been together since the 4th grade, they're going to sit back and they're going to think back that, man, we've been doing this for a long time, and now as they get an opportunity to be handed the trophy and they are going to raise it. And that's a fantastic feeling as a player, is when to raise a trophy when you were crowned champion. So
just they'll pause for a team photo as due to COVID protocols, not able to actually put the medals around the necks of the players. They will collect their medals from the box court side and wear them with pride here as the Schuylkill League champions, 2020-2021 version of the North Schuylkill Lady Spartans. And again, medals awarded tonight, and this team it's just really special to watch. Very, very aggressive, move the ball around offensively, defensively, very aggressive, putting the press on. And looks like they're going to pause and try to get a picture here.
Yeah, it's all the pomp and circumstance now, Mike.
No, that's what you want.
This is what these players, when they get to this point, when they win, they want to celebrate. And it's been so difficult, when talking to both coaches and, explaining what COVID has been how it's been infiltrated, not so much within teams, but within their communities, and how the communities have really come together. So, for North Schuylkill and Jim Thorpe to be here tonight, every year, but especially this year, you're representing your communities, and communities are rallying behind these student athletes. And it's really great to see. So I'm sure the invited Spartan fans that were allowed into the arena here tonight, yes, they get a first row view of what took place, and got to be on cloud nine right now. But when this is talked about, when folks are reading about this in the newspaper, they see the highlights on the news tonight, these kids are going to feel really extra special. So a job well done, and job well done to head coach Rich Wetzel, what he's been able to do. He's brought a winning program here to North Schuylkill, and he's got to feel really good.
So going through your North Schuylkill players, top scorer, number 13, Cameron Mengel. I think it's not too early to say that she's going to be our D11sports.com player of the game. Ryan Caulfield will be interviewing her, as well as Coach Rich Wetzel, as the post-game celebration continues here courtside. 7 points for Maya Wetzel, 9 for Caitlin Himes. Sarah Wagner with 11. 7 points for senior forward Jocelyn Stitzer. So very impressive performance by all of the Lady Spartans. And again, I think down the stretch, Mike, being able to hit from the line, putting Jim Thorpe on ice and allowing the fundamentals of basketball. That's what it comes down to. How many times does a coach line you up on the free throw stripe and say, hey, this is what's going to win games?
Especially here at this level too, Mike, it's, yes, it's a varsity level. You expect to win, but at the end of the day, these are just kids. And, sometimes that they're being taught and they're learning so much and they're executing well, but then they have moments where things just don't go well. So, but, for North Schuylkill able to hit their free throws when necessary, and that really worked against Jim Thorpe here tonight. And I'm sure, when it comes down to the basics, it's why you do those drills, why you, like you said, you get to the free throw line and you're taking shot after shot in practice. Is why you're working on your three-point shot and working on shots within the paint as well too. So a lot of those little things really benefited North Schuylkill here tonight.
All right, while we're waiting to get our post-game interviews, let's get a quick break here. You're watching the D11sports.com High School Basketball Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Final score 71-63, North Schuylkill with the win. We'll be back with some post-game interviews in just a second.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy now more than ever. Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community. St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy now more than ever. Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community.
And welcome back courtside here at Martz Hall. It's the D11Sports.com High School Basketball Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. The Schuylkill League girls basketball champion, the North Schuylkill Lady Spartans, by the score of 71-63. Mike Raymond, Mike Ventola with you. Let's go out down to the court and talk with our student reporter, Ryan Caulfield, who has the winning coach, Coach Rich Wetzel, as well as our D11Sports.com player of the game, Cameron Mengel. Again, 20 points for her on the night. Take it away, Ryan.
It's amazing. It feels amazing because this is our second year in a row winning, and it was really good to win with the seniors on our team.
Trouble you still found a last.
I just because I made sure to watch my fouls, and yeah. Definitely hope to win the district like last year, a repeat of last year's season.
And I'll move over, Coach. Coach, how do you feel?
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic for the kids. They work so hard. You know, all year long, all summer long, years long. I mean, it's the effort they put in all the time, and their attitudes are great. I mean, they're tight. It's a tight-knit group. The attitudes are great. Effort's great all the time.
Brent, it can see anytime any one of your players. Way. How did that?
It felt great. Like you said, we have 7 kids who scored in double figures all year long. We had 1 or 2 kids who struggled a little bit today, and you saw other kids picked it up. You know, we had some big 3-point shots there. I think we had 4 3-point shots in the span of maybe about 3 minutes that helped us open the game up. It's just, you know, it's one kid pulling for another, each kid doing their job and playing their role.
Logo, but foul shots came down at the.
All right, that's Ryan Caulfield with Coach Rich Wetzel. 71-63 your final, as the Lady Spartans able to get the win here, move on to districts, Schuylkill League representative, and a little bit of audio trouble there, but I think we talked about it with Coach before the game. Listen, it was all about this team. It was all about the close-knit, the girls who've known each other since 4th grade. It just was a very much a team effort and a fundamental win for North Schuylkill.
Certainly was. And, you know, for Coach Wetzel and Spartans, you could just tell even right midway through the first quarter, going into quarter number 2, that they were starting to really play their game, and it worked out to their advantage. They were able to really hold off the lethal Jim Thorpe team that could score at will. So couldn't be more pleased if you're a fan of North Schuylkill and what they were able to do tonight. But I'm sure, like you said, they're ready now to look at 4 states here at this point now. But for Jim Thorpe, they do not need to hang their heads down low. This is a team that's going to be right back here next season, because you have how many of these juniors, they're going to be seniors, so on and so forth. It is nice to see that for Coach Goronski, especially in her first year, after 11 great years at Pleasant Valley, able to come over and do what she did with this Jim Thorpe team, Mike. Job well done. But I also know, too, she's hungry. She's going to want to be back and win it here next year.
Taking a look at Jim Thorpe, your finals: 24 for Skylar Surfos, 14 Layla Hurley. Chipping in with 10 was Leah Snisky. 5 points for Olivia Smellis. Haley Smellis with another 5, and 3 points for Gabrielle Sinicola. Again, great effort by North Schuylkill. 71-63 your final. The North Schuylkill Lady Spartans, your Schuylkill League champions. Again, the boys match up a little bit later on this evening. We're going to pause, reset, maybe get a little big bite to eat, Mike, and we'll be back here courtside for Nativity and Pottsville, the boys Schuylkill League championship game in just a little bit, about 8 o'clock tip time here at Martz Hall. So we'll talk to you guys all. Stick around. Come on back for that one here at Pottsville Area School District, Martz Hall. First of all, before we wrap things up for the girls' game, just want to shout out a couple more people. Of course, Dave and Al from District 11 Sports.com. Ryan Caulfield, our student reporter for this game. Again, he'll be back for the boys' game. Dr. John Hoth, Ken Sidlow from St. Luke's University Health Network, from Sports Fan Base Network, Sean Kelly, Sean Riley, and Nathan James, and Mikey Ventola here, Sportside, right? Hey, yeah, we're a lot of fun. Hey, 2 Easton guys out here in Schuylkill County, right?
I know, right? Exactly, right? So pleasure to be with you guys here for all this action here on D11 Sports. And look, the boys, they have some work to do. They have to live up to what was a really good one here. So no pressure, Nativity in Pottsville, but we got a lot of work to do here starting at 8 o'clock. It's been fun.
They're disinfecting the gym. We're going to get ourselves a little bite to eat, and we'll talk to you in just a little bit. You've been watching the D11Sports.com High School Basketball Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine, 71-63 final. North Schuylkill, your Schuylkill League champions. We'll be back at 8 o'clock. Talk to you then.